She thought it was over. The shadows were gone. The baby vanished. But at dawn, another basket arrived. Inside, the same Ankara cloth. And a note. You passed the test, but the devil never comes just once. Ogboko was a town wrapped in silence. And everyone, old and young, knew each other by name. It was the kind of place where people didn't lock their doors at night. Until something changed. Muna Okoye was 26. A quiet, hardworking primary school teacher. She had a soft voice, a sharp mind, and a heart that beat for her younger brother, Tob. Their parents had died in a car crash 5 years ago, leaving the two siblings to survive on their own. She'd given up university dreams, her youth, her wants, just to make sure Tob finished school and never went to bed hungry. Their late mother's house stood tired at the end of a red sand street, its yellow walls peeling, the zinc roof rusted, the compound filled with bush and memories. Her life was simple, routine, and safe. Until that Tuesday evening. She was returning home from school, shoes dusty from the footpath near the cassava farm, when she heard it. A cry. Faint. Fragile. The kind that freezes your breath. She paused. Looked around. Nothing but trees and wind. Then again, wah. A baby's cry. Hidden at the edge of the forest, tucked between tall elephant grass, sat a basket. Inside was a baby boy. Wrapped in old Ankara. Eyes closed. Hands tiny. Breathing. Alive. Chini God. Who go leave Pekin for bush like this? She looked around again. No one in sight. Her heart raced. Something told her to walk away. To pretend she hadn't seen anything. But how could she? She was raised better. So she bent, lifted the baby, and carried him home. She named him Chimobi. God knows my heart. Her neighbors called her a hero. Mama Ebu came with powdered milk and stories. Uncle Azu dropped off an old crib. Even Pastor Dyke blessed the child and called her the Mother of Mercy. But peace didn't last. The very next day, Muna's wall clock stopped ticking. Her mother's photo fell, twice. Tob began talking in his sleep. Whispering things like, he's watching, the boy is watching. Chimobi, though just a baby, had eyes that felt too deep. Too knowing. When he smiled, it wasn't innocent. It felt mocking. Muna brushed it off at first. Stress, maybe. Or fear. But things got worse. Her dreams became nightmares. Flames. Chains. Darkness. A man with no face pulling her into a pit. She'd wake up sweating. Gasping. Sometimes with scratches on her arms that weren't there before. Tob started drawing strange symbols on the wall. Red eyes. Black figures. He spoke less. Laughed less. The house, once full of warmth, turned cold. One evening, she visited Mama Uju, the old woman known for seeing what others could not. You say you found the child by the bush? Yes. I couldn't just leave him. Mama Uju frowned, her face tight. That boy no be ordinary. Spirit children don't cry for nothing. Return him. Tonight. Before the moon bleeds. Return him. To where? To where you found him. Or face what your eyes are not ready to see. Muna was torn. Chimobi was just a baby. Right. He looked normal. Laughed. Cried. Held her finger. But there was something else. Something beneath his skin that felt old, evil. That night, heartbreaking, she wrapped him again in the same Ankara. Tob watched her silently as she placed the child back in the basket. Chimobi smiled at her again, that smile. Not of a baby. Of something older. Smarter. Cruel. But her legs refused to move when she reached the edge of the forest. Guilt choked her. Could she really leave him? in the same bush where someone else had abandoned him. She turned back. The house greeted her with darkness. The bulbs flickered. Tob was crying in his room. And then the fire came. Sparks. Smoke. Screams. Neighbors rushed with water and buckets. Muna and Tob escaped. But Chimaobi's crib, untouched. Not even a burn mark. Pastor Dyke returned the next day. His face was pale. "I've seen that child in visions," he said. "He's not a child. He's a sign." Muna broke down. "What do I do, Pastor? I can't kill a child." The pastor didn't answer. He handed her a jar. Inside was white salt. "This is from River Nun. Use it at midnight. Say his name 3 times. If he's what we think he is, he'll show himself." That night, as wind howled outside, Muna stood before the crib. Her hands trembled. The jar felt heavy. Chimaobi was asleep. Peaceful. But she knew what she had to do. "You're not my child," she whispered. His eyes snapped open. "You are mine," he said. She screamed. Tob ran in, but an invisible force flung him across the room. Chimaobi stood, though he was still just a baby. But his feet touched the floor. Shadows crawled on the walls behind him, forming faces, arms, claws. "You brought me here," he said. "You opened the door." Muna raised the jar. Salt spilling through her fingers. "I command you, leave." He laughed. The room shook. The photo frames shattered. The salt jar cracked in her palm. And then, light. Blinding, holy, raw. The shadows screamed. Chimaobi vanished. Silence. Just silence. The next morning, peace returned. No nightmares. No cries. No drawings. Tob smiled again. Until Muna heard it. A cry. Soft. Familiar. At the doorstep. Another basket. Another baby. Same Ankara cloth. This time, with a note. "You passed the test. But the devil never comes just once." The wind blew. Muna stood still. Her breath caught in her throat. And behind her, the house groaned, as if something else had just entered.